here's 5 of my kind of go-to favourite poses to do when I haven't got long, but I feel like I need to just get into the body and move it and kind of ease out any stiffness or any tension. So I like to hold each of these for around 10 breaths, but you can obviously take that to meet your needs. The reason why I like to hold it for about 10 breaths or so is to just really feel it, just to really kind of get to know the body in each of these 5 poses, to give it a little bit of time, even though it's only 5 minutes or so, to not feel like I'm rushing the 5 minutes or rushing being in each pose. So obviously tailor that time spent in each position to work for you. So here's my first position, downward facing dog, getting straight in there, easing up and back. Sometimes I like to be still here, sometimes I like to move a little bit. This morning it feels right just to be still and just to breathe and practice breathing for around 10 breaths. So I can feel tension, I can feel the calves, I can feel my arms are tired this morning. So I'm just tuning in. This just gives me time to get to know it a little bit more and to listen to any of the feedback coming from the body. Next position I like to move into, and it follows on quite nicely, is a forward fold. So taking a breath in, coming up halfway or a bit higher, feeling the back activate there, and taking a breath out to slowly fold. And this morning I'm going to hold opposite elbows, but of course you can set palms of hands. And I feel like I want to sway a little bit here this morning. That feels nice to just shift the weight. So just slightly challenging the legs, the feet, shifting the weight forwards and back. Just notice toes and the heels. And again, just about 10 breaths or so here. And rocking side to side a little bit as well, just things you can play with. And I'm going to release the hands down and slowly step it back. And I'm going to make my way to child's pose. And I'm going to be bending the elbows for this variation, bringing the palms to the nape of the neck. And that's really nice for the upper back, shoulders and the arms. 10 breaths here. I'm releasing my hands, moving into my fourth position, and I'll include left and right side as one. So I'm going to sneak in an extra one if you like. So thread the needle but with leg extended to the side. So I'm going to start by taking my left leg out to the left. I'm going to reach my right arm through and slowly make my way down to the floor. As I press the left foot into the floor, I'm also going to reach through the left arm, just straight ahead there. What's quite nice in this pose, I find, is to be quite active in it. So to press the arm that you floated through into the floor and the outstretched arm, palm and foot into the floor. So, you feel awake in the pose, feel ready, body starting to feel a little bit more tuned in, a little bit more active and strong. And then 10 breaths or so on this side. slowly bringing in a bit closer, the outstretched arm and hand, pressing that palm into the floor, and retrieving your left leg. I'm going to turn to the other side. This one I'm taking my right leg out to the right. Nice big sweep of the left arm, and I'm going to send the arm through, slowly lowering down, just ensuring I've got some space, running down my left side there, and then reaching through the right arm. Again, that palm is pressing into the floor, right foot, pinky toe pressing into the floor, and the outer left arm, shoulder into the floor. And you can really feel the side body here, nice turn through the spine, a bit more into inner groins, outer calves, perhaps as well. And about 10 breaths here. Slowly drawing my right palm in, right foot in, and making my way to all fours. Maybe there's a little bit of movement there before we move into the last position. The last position, one of my favourites, plantoon. So using a blanket, you can roll, or a couple of cushions or bricks, whatever you've got at home, anything works really. You're going to come to sit down first, and you can kind of work yourself backwards here, lifting the hips, and your prop is going to be right underneath the very lower back here, so where it kind of feels flat, and you're sitting a little bit more into your prop, whatever you've got there. And then extending the legs fully, maybe taking them wide, so it almost feels a bit like you're kind of hanging off the edge of whatever you've got underneath you. And then just to finish this, arms somewhere up by the ears. And here we go, 10 breaths, whole front, whole back body, look at here now. Breathing in. And let everybody really hang heavy, rest down here. 10 breaths, getting to know your body in this position. And slowly taking a bend of each knee, and then lift whatever you've got beneath you, removing that, and lowering the back down. And I'll hug the knees in, and little roll. So those are just 5 positions that I find useful. That covers all kind of most sorts of movement within the body, and just eases out if you're starting to feel a little bit stuck in any place. And of course you can pause the video, stay longer, repeat anything, or even repeat the whole thing again. Hope that was useful, and thanks for tuning in.